guess the most touching experience we had really was after Michael died. You know, the flood of sympathy, you know, letters and emails and all that sort of thing was overwhelming. Just the response from the public to us and to Michael, obviously, in his memory was fantastic. People come up and, you know, I think as we're travelling around and sort of coming back to places, a lot of them for the first time since Michael died, it's still quite fresh in a lot of people's minds, and I think we tend to forget about that because we've done a lot since Michael died, and you know, no disrespect to Michael or our legacy with Michael, but you know, we've moved on. It's something you have to do. So yeah, but you know, obviously a huge part of our life and obviously a huge part of our career, and you know, we miss him incredibly.
After all we've been through, I guess the most touching thing is the fans wanting us to keep going. I mean, we always wanted to keep going. We're a family, and families keep going. But yeah, there's been some fans that have sort of wondered why we kept wanting to keep going after Michael. But yeah, it's been an overwhelming response from fans to keep INXS going. So that's incredibly touching. That is really touching because it shows that they love what we do, and they probably, you know, in many ways love us as people and love us as the family that we are. It is a strong theme in every conversation we have with fans, past and present, and yeah, because there's a lot of new fans, and they're pretty, you know, they've, you know, just maybe have known about INXS, but really got to know, you know, to discover and love INXS through the television show, and with JD. So now they're backtracking to the old records and checking out our history, and they really get it now. Like even before, they just thought it was just a TV show that, you know. It's ironic. So to some of the new fans, we look like TV stars with a hit record, as opposed to the obvious thing as a successful band with a hit TV show. So it's great to see the fans coming together, and our older fans really loving, you know, accepting JD and loving the new record, and our new fans loving the band as well, you know, as well as loving JD.
Well, there's been many touching moments in the almost 30 years I've been in INXS. Some have been extremely sad, and some have been extremely happy. But we've experienced so much that it would be hard to narrow down to one particular thing, you know. I think obviously when we got our first #1 in America, that was pretty good. We all felt really close and connected and very proud, you know, that we'd achieved that. But that sort of thing is perhaps a little more material than some deeper things to do with, you know, personal, you know, moments that you know, band members might be going through, and the band's always there for each other. And I think that, you know, I'm just lucky to be in a band with some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. So yeah, it's always touching.
I mean, for INXS, we've had so many ups and downs in our career and in our personal lives, but as you know, in our career, yeah, I'd say that you know, there's been some really touching moments where we've been presented with awards for things, you know, and for being, you know, the most fabulous thing in the whatever world, or you know, and that's really, you know, wonderful. And other times you have moments that, you know, someone will pick up on something they didn't like about you, or something you did in your personal life, and you know, they want to crush you like a cockroach, you know. And then you've got other things where you've got enormous shows that you've done in different parts of the world, and then you've played shows when, you know, you had one, you know, 2 or 3 people and their dog came, and you've had everything in between. The highs, I think it's really understanding that it's not all about the highs, and it's not all about the lows. It's just being glad you're there, you know. You're in the moment. You're just enjoying what it is for what it is, you know. It's not all high and it's not all low, you know, it's just what it is.
The most surprising or touching experience we've had as a group was probably in Toronto, when I got touched in the wrong place by somebody. Although she was pretty, but it was both surprising and well, it was kind of pleasurable as well in some ways. But you know, I don't go for that sort of thing really, so I mean, much. But You know, I guess we've had periods where we won 7 USA MTV awards in one particular award show. That was surprising in a way and touching. I suppose another surprising thing was when we were sitting in the rehearsal room in Australia and Michael never showed up, and we discovered why. That was, for me, was very surprising. Touching experiences, well, if we're talking non-family, within the band, I suppose the way JD reacted to me telling him that he was right for our band, INXS. And I guess the other thing too is just the response we've had in this whole tour has been phenomenal, and that's been not so much surprising but very touching.
The most touching and surprising experience that I think we've experienced as a group is that we're all feeling again. Nothing is worse than being numb, and we're all feeling again.